November brings Pride celebrations when most of the world finished June festivities. Buenos Aires hosts 100,000 marchers. November 1st, Miami's URGE Thanksgiving Festival draws international circuit crowds November 28th to 30, and Southern Hemisphere spring weather creates perfect conditions for outdoor celebrations, proving that Pride isn't confined to single month when communities worldwide commemorate liberation on their own timelines. These aren't corporate-sponsored rainbow capitalism events. These are grassroots celebrations where gay male celebrities show up using platforms amplifying local activists, supporting regional organizations, and demonstrating that global solidarity requires attending Pride events beyond comfortable Western celebrations when communities in Latin America, Asia, and developing regions need international visibility, proving they're not alone facing systematic discrimination that isolated populations experience. From Ricky Martin headlining Buenos Aires Pride after decades fighting Latin American homophobia, to Jake Shears performing Miami circuit parties supporting tourism economies, funding community infrastructure, to international DJs whose November gigs enable year-round activism funding, these celebrities prove that showing up matters when presence translates visibility into material support for communities needing resources that celebrity platforms can help mobilizing. Number 3 performed Buenos Aires November 1st for 20th consecutive year. Number 1's Miami appearances generated $50 million tourism revenue supporting local community. Which November Pride matters most for global solidarity? Subscribe because liberation requires celebrating worldwide rather than treating Pride as exclusively Western June phenomenon. 1. Ricky Martin, Buenos Aires Pride. November 1st headliner Ricky Martin headlines, Buenos Aires Pride. November 1st, 2025, Puerto Rican superstar's 20th consecutive year, performing Argentina's massive march proving that Latin American solidarity requires showing up annually when regional homophobia persists, despite Argentina's progressive marriage equality and gender identity laws that other nations systematically refuse implementing. November 1st, Plaza de Mayo. 100,000 marchers gather at Casa Rosada, Presidential Palace, before parading to National Congress. Ricky's post-parade concert draws additional thousands, demonstrating how celebrity performances amplify Pride's reach beyond activist core into mainstream visibility, when famous faces attract media coverage that grassroots organizing alone struggles achieving despite doing crucial groundwork. Here's what makes Ricky's Buenos Aires commitment particularly significant beyond occasional Pride appearances. 20 consecutive years performing proves sustained solidarity rather than performative allyship, demonstrating understanding that liberation requires decades of showing up rather than single dramatic gestures, then disappearing when supporting community stops, providing career benefits, or positive publicity-enhancing brand without requiring sustained resource investment. The Latin American context adds cultural weight transcending U.S.-centric Pride narratives. While Argentina leads regional equality through 2010 marriage law and 2012 gender identity law, surrounding nations maintain systematic discrimination. Ricky's Buenos Aires visibility radiates throughout continent where communities face violence that progressive Argentina demonstrates isn't inevitable when governments prioritize human rights over religious fundamentalism. But his coming out timing, March 2010, coincided with Argentina's marriage debate, demonstrating how personal authenticity intersected with political moment. When his visibility influenced public opinion during crucial legislative campaign. Ricky's statement, "I am proud to say that I am a fortunate homosexual man," arrived when conservative forces claimed marriage equality, threatened society requiring visible, successful gay men, contradicting those manufactured fears. The November timing serves Southern Hemisphere spring weather, creating outdoor celebration conditions that June Northern Hemisphere Pride enjoys. This seasonal shift demonstrates how Pride transcends single global date when communities celebrate during locally appropriate timing rather than forcing conformity to Northern Hemisphere June standard that climate makes impossible in regions experiencing winter during traditional Pride Month. His Fundación. Ricky Martin combats human trafficking affecting LGBTQ+ youth disproportionately. The organization's work throughout Latin America proves that celebrity activism extends beyond Pride performances into year-round advocacy, addressing systematic vulnerabilities when marginalized youth face exploitation that mainstream society ignores through treating their disappearances as less urgent than missing straight children. But here's where Ricky's Buenos Aires commitment becomes model for international celebrity solidarity. He doesn't only perform then leave, he meets with local organizations, funds community projects, and uses international platform amplifying Argentine activists' work globally. This approach demonstrates understanding that authentic solidarity requires translating visibility into material support, benefiting communities beyond single performance generating publicity without sustained investment. The post-parade concert tradition creates economic impact funding year-round activism. Tourism generated by international visitors attending Pride supports local LGBTQ+ businesses and organizations, demonstrating how celebrations create financial infrastructure, enabling sustained advocacy when Pride weekend revenue funds entire year of community programming that governmental funding systematically denies. His Spanish language visibility matters for representation. While English-speaking celebrities dominate global media, Ricky's Latin American identity provides representation for Spanish-speaking communities who rarely see themselves in international celebrity activism when Anglo-American performers monopolize visibility despite communities worldwide needing locally relevant role models, speaking their languages, and understanding their specific cultural contexts. Today, Ricky Martin's Buenos Aires Pride November 1st performance celebrating 20 consecutive years demonstrates sustained Latin American solidarity. His commitment proves that authentic celebrity activism requires showing up annually rather than occasional performances when communities need reliable support, transcending single dramatic gestures before moving on to next publicity opportunity. Drop a 1 if you think Ricky Martin's 20-year Buenos Aires Pride commitment proves authentic celebrity activism requires sustained showing up annually, and that Latin American solidarity demands visibility from Spanish-speaking celebrities understanding regional contexts beyond Anglo-American Pride narratives. 2. Jake Shears. Urge Miami Thanksgiving Circuit headliner Jake Shears performs Urge Miami November 28th to 31st, 2025. Scissor Sisters frontman headlining Thanksgiving Weekend Circuit Festival, proving that Miami's Fall Pride generates $50+ million tourism revenue funding, year-round community infrastructure when international visitors spending supports local businesses and organizations that governmental funding systematically denies. November 28th to 30. South Beach venues. Urge Festival, underground rave generation experience, draws 15,000+ international attendees, demonstrating how circuit parties create economic ecosystems supporting community beyond single weekend when hotel bookings, restaurant spending, and entertainment purchases fund local LGBTQ+ businesses employing community members year-round rather than depending on unpredictable governmental support. Here's what makes Jake's Miami performance particularly significant beyond party entertainment. Circuit festivals face criticism as frivolous, yet they generate massive economic impact funding activism, healthcare services, and community programming that donation-dependent nonprofits struggle sustaining. When individual giving fluctuates while commercial tourism provides reliable revenue streams supporting infrastructure that isolated donations can't match. The Thanksgiving timing serves international circuit calendar perfectly. Following Halloween parties and preceding New Year celebrations, Miami's November positioning fills gap when circuit crowds seek destination events, creating year-round party ecosystem that critics dismiss as hedonistic, while ignoring how this economy funds the activism that Pride purists claim. Circuit parties don't support adequately despite generating revenue that pure activism struggles raising. But Jake's visibility as openly gay rock star challenges Circuit's stereotype as exclusively electronic dance music domain. His Scissor Sisters brought gay aesthetics to mainstream rock, demonstrating that our community's music transcends single genre when talent crosses boundaries that commercial radio historically maintained, separating gay music from real rock, requiring heterosexual performers for credibility that Jake demolished through undeniable hits. The post-Scissor Sisters solo career proved his music transcends group context. Jake's continued touring demonstrates that his talent wasn't dependent on collective success, proving that openly gay performers can sustain careers when abilities transcend the group dynamics that sometimes enable individual members hiding behind collective visibility rather than risking solo exposure. His memoir, Boys Keep Swinging, 2018, provided honest narrative about music industry discrimination. Jake's openness about navigating fame while being openly gay educated audiences about costs of authenticity that straight performers never experience when their sexuality remains professionally irrelevant rather than becoming primary lens evaluating all creative output and career decisions. But here's where Jake's circuit performances become important for understanding community economics. Critics claim parties are frivolous while activism is serious. Yet circuit revenue funds the activism that donation-dependent organizations struggle sustaining when commercial tourism provides infrastructure enabling year-round advocacy that pure nonprofit models can't reliably maintain without unpredictable individual giving. The international draw creates global community connections. Urge attendees from Europe, South America, and Asia create networks transcending geographical isolation, demonstrating how circuit festivals build international solidarity when attendees return home with connections proving they're not alone in conservative communities where local visibility remains dangerous, requiring international community for psychological survival. His performance energy at 47 demonstrates that circuit culture isn't exclusively youth domain. Jake's continued headlining proves that our community's nightlife welcomes all ages when older performers provide continuity connecting current parties to historical context that younger attendees often lack understanding how current freedoms required decades of activism from previous generations who built infrastructure enabling today's celebrations. Today, Jake Shears' Urge Miami. November 28th to 30 performances generate tourism revenue funding year-round community infrastructure. His circuit headlining proves that parties create economic ecosystems supporting activism beyond single weekend entertainment when international visitors spending funds organizations that governmental support systematically denies through budget priorities excluding community needs. Drop a 2. If you think Jake Shears' Miami circuit performances prove that party tourism generates economic infrastructure funding, year-round activism, and that dismissing circuit culture as frivolous ignores how this revenue supports community organizations that donation-dependent models struggle sustaining. 3. Shangela, drag performance, Buenos Aires and international tours. Shangela performs Buenos Aires. Pride. November 1st and international circuit tours. RuPaul's Drag Race alumna proving that drag visibility supports global communities when performances educate audiences about gender expression, while generating revenue funding local organizations through appearance fees that major acts donate back to hosting communities. November international tour spans Buenos Aires Pride, Miami circuit parties, and European festivals. Shangela's consistent global presence demonstrates how drag performers maintain year-round careers when talent transcends local scenes into international demand, proving that drag is legitimate entertainment, deserving same respect that other performance arts receive when abilities are undeniable, regardless of whether performers wear dresses or suits. Here's what makes Shangela's November tours particularly significant for drag representation evolution. She's transitioned from reality TV contestant to mainstream entertainment, appearing in A Star is Born, Dancing with Stars, and securing acting roles, proving that drag skills translate to broader performance opportunities when industry stops limiting drag performers to niche LGBTQ+ content, requiring no crossover into mainstream visibility. The professional drag conversation, her career advances challenges amateur versus career performer divide. Shangela's business model, treating drag as full-time profession rather than weekend hobby, demonstrates that drag can sustain careers when performers approach it as legitimate entertainment requiring constant training, image management, and business development that casual performers sometimes lack when treating drag as occasional creative outlet rather than professional commitment. But her connection to ballroom culture through We're Here HBO series demonstrated respect for drag's roots. Shangela's collaboration with Bob the Drag Queen and Eureka O'Hara, creating makeovers in conservative towns, educated mainstream audiences about drag's history and community service, proving that entertainment can educate when performers use platforms teaching rather than only entertaining. The Buenos Aires Pride performance supports Latin American drag visibility. While Drag Race franchises now exist globally, Shangela's international touring preceded regional versions, demonstrating how US-based performers supported international communities before local drag scenes achieved mainstream recognition that current performers benefit from when earlier generations built infrastructure through pioneering international tours. Her activism extends beyond performances into political advocacy. Shangela uses platform addressing voting rights, healthcare access, and discrimination, demonstrating that drag performers are complete humans with political consciousness rather than simply entertainers that mainstream society sometimes dismisses as frivolous when drag's political history spans Stonewall through current activism requiring acknowledging performers' full humanity. But here's where Shangela's November touring becomes model for international drag solidarity. She doesn't only perform, then leave. She meets with local drag communities, supports emerging performers, and uses international platform amplifying regional scenes that mainstream US media ignores when covering drag as exclusively American phenomenon, despite vibrant scenes worldwide deserving recognition beyond token acknowledgement. The economic impact of her appearances funds local venues and promoters' international headliners' fees, enable smaller acts securing opening slots, creating ecosystem where major names' drawing power supports emerging talent when headliner guarantee enables promoters booking additional performers who might not independently draw sufficient crowds, justifying venue booking without major name attracting baseline attendance. Her Work the World tour demonstrates drag's global commercial viability. The production's international success proves that drag isn't niche US subculture but globally appealing entertainment. When production values and performer talent meet mainstream entertainment standards that audiences expect regardless of whether performers wear dresses or conventional stage costumes. Today, Shangela's November international tours support global drag communities through performances funding local organizations. Her visibility proves that drag transcends reality TV into legitimate mainstream entertainment career when talent and business acumen combine, creating sustainable professional trajectory, supporting communities worldwide rather than remaining isolated to single geographic region. Drop a 3 if you think Shangela's international November tours prove that drag is legitimate global entertainment, and that major performers support emerging local talent when headliner appearances fund ecosystems enabling smaller acts accessing opportunities they couldn't independently secure. 4. Paulo Gustavo, Tribute, remembering Brazil's comedy. Paulo Gustavo, Brazil's beloved gay comedian who died May 4, 2021 at age 42, is honored every November during São Paulo, Pride commemorations proving that Latin American comedy icons who normalized our community's visibility deserve continued recognition when their legacies inform current Brazilian activism fighting Bolsonaro-era rollbacks that Paulo's career combated through humanizing representation. Note: while Paulo passed away in 2021, his November São Paulo Pride tributes continue annually, demonstrating how deceased icons' legacies remain active in community memory when their contributions shaped current freedoms that activists defend through commemorating pioneers whose work enabled today's visibility. His Minha Mãe é uma Peça franchise became Brazil's highest-grossing comedy ever, proving that openly gay performers can dominate mainstream entertainment when talent transcends identity that critics claimed limited commercial appeal. Paulo's Dona Herminia character resonated across demographics, demonstrating that authentic performances reflecting real family dynamics succeed regardless of performer sexuality when audiences connect with universal themes transcending orientation. The COVID-19 death devastated Brazilian community beyond personal loss. Paulo's death at pandemic peak symbolized how governmental incompetence killed preventable deaths, his celebrity making visible the crisis that Bolsonaro administration systematically downplayed when actual human cost exceeded governmental rhetoric treating pandemic as minimal threat requiring no serious public health response. But his visibility during Bolsonaro's presidency provided crucial counter-narrative. While government promoted homophobia, Paulo's mainstream success demonstrated that society accepted our community beyond political rhetoric, proving that actual Brazilians embraced gay entertainers despite governmental discrimination when politicians' homophobia didn't reflect populations' evolved attitudes toward people they knew personally through entertainment visibility. The November São Paulo Pride tributes maintain his activism legacy. While primarily comedian, Paulo advocated for marriage equality and adoption rights, using platform normalizing gay families when Brazilian society debated whether same-sex couples deserved parenting. Despite Paulo and husband Thales Bretas raising their son Romeo, proving that family structure matters less than love and commitment, his theatrical work before film fame demonstrated versatility transcending single medium. Paulo's stage career provided foundation for screen success, proving that performers developing craft across multiple formats build skills enabling mainstream breakthrough when opportunities arise rather than remaining limited to single platform that might not provide sustainable long-term career. But here's where Paulo's November commemoration becomes important for understanding legacy's ongoing influence. His death didn't end his impact. Continued Pride tributes keep memory alive while his films remain popular, demonstrating that authentic representation creates lasting change when audiences continue connecting with content long after creators pass away. The marriage equality advocacy he pursued influenced Brazilian legal progress. While Brazil legalized same-sex marriage through 2013 court decision, Paulo's visibility helped maintaining those rights against conservative attempts rolling back equality, demonstrating how celebrity advocacy creates cultural infrastructure, protecting legal victories when court decisions alone don't guarantee sustained acceptance requiring ongoing cultural work. His husband Thales Bretas continues advocacy using Paulo's platform. The preservation of Paulo's legacy through family maintaining his social media presence and charitable work demonstrates how partners can honor deceased loved ones through continuing their activism when personal grief transforms into public service, ensuring that important voices aren't silenced by death. Today, Paulo Gustavo's November São Paulo Pride tributes honor Brazilian comedy icon whose career normalized gay visibility. His legacy proves that entertainers create lasting change through authentic representation when audiences connect with performers' humanity, transcending identity politics into universal appeal that comedy uniquely enables through laughter breaking down barriers that serious advocacy sometimes struggles penetrating. Drop a 4. If you think Paulo Gustavo's continued November tributes prove that deceased icons deserve ongoing recognition, and that Latin American comedy pioneers who normalized gay visibility shaped current activism fighting governmental discrimination through humanizing representation during their careers. 5. Multiple international DJs, global circuit November bookings. International DJs headlining November circuit parties worldwide, from DJ Abel performing São Paulo Pride, to Paulo Pacheco spinning Buenos Aires, to various circuit residents booking Miami Urge, demonstrate how electronic music creates global community when performers touring internationally connect isolated regional scenes into worldwide network, proving that nightlife builds solidarity, transcending geographical barriers. November circuit calendar spans 5 continents, proving global reach. São Paulo Pride Week, early November. Buenos Aires Pride, November 1st. Hong Kong Pink Dot anniversary events. Sydney pre-summer parties. Miami Urge, November 28th to 30. And European club residencies create constant touring opportunities, enabling DJs sustaining year-round careers when international bookings fund full-time music production and performance. Here's what makes DJ circuit presence particularly important beyond entertainment function. Electronic music became our community's unofficial soundtrack. House music's Chicago origins in Black and Latino gay clubs created genre that mainstream culture eventually appropriated, while forgetting its queer roots that circuit parties maintain through celebrating music's authentic origins rather than sanitized commercial versions erasing community contributions. The international DJ bookings create economic infrastructure supporting local scenes. Major international names guarantee fees, enable promoters paying local DJs opening slots, demonstrating how headline acts drawing power funds ecosystems where emerging talent develops skills through securing performance opportunities that independent drawing power wouldn't justify when audiences primarily attend seeing major names attracting baseline attendance, but the music production aspect demonstrates DJs' creative contributions beyond simply playing others' tracks. Many circuit DJs produce original music, remixes, and compilations, proving that electronic music performance is creative artistry rather than simply pushing play when actual DJing requires reading crowds, building emotional journeys, and creating unique sonic experiences that recorded mixes can't replicate through live improvisation responding to specific audiences. The November touring demonstrates year-round party culture transcending June Pride concentration. While mainstream society treats Pride as single-month phenomenon, circuit parties maintain 12-month calendar when actual community celebrations occur continuously rather than confining visibility to designated awareness period that commercial rainbow capitalism exploits before returning to heteronormative default programming. His global network creates international solidarity when DJs familiar with multiple regional scenes share information connecting isolated communities. A DJ performing Bangkok Circuit Party can share information about Sydney's scene, creating connections that geographically separated communities benefit from when international performers serve as informal cultural ambassadors linking worldwide networks. But here's where international DJ circuit becomes important for understanding how nightlife serves community building beyond simple entertainment. Circuit parties create temporary utopias where our community gathers safely, demonstrating how nightlife provides psychological sanctuary that daily discrimination prevents when few spaces exist, where being openly ourselves carries no professional or social consequences, requiring strategic hiding. The pandemic's impact on circuit culture demonstrated communities' resilience. When COVID-19 canceled parties globally, DJs pivoted to streaming performances, maintaining community connections through virtual events until in-person gatherings resumed, proving that music serves deeper purpose than simple entertainment. When DJs and audiences maintained connections despite impossible circumstances preventing physical gathering. The economic ecosystem circuit parties create funds year-round community infrastructure beyond single events. Hotels, airlines, restaurants, and entertainment venues benefit from circuit tourism, generating tax revenue that governmental budgets can allocate toward community services when party culture creates legitimate economic activity funding, the public infrastructure that idealistic activism alone rarely sustains, without commercial tourism providing reliable revenue. Today, international DJs' November circuit bookings create global community networks connecting regional scenes. Their performances prove that electronic music serves community building beyond entertainment, when nightlife provides sanctuary spaces where authentic living carries no consequences, and international touring connects isolated communities into worldwide solidarity network. 5 different approaches. 5 November Pride celebrations proving that liberation is global struggle requiring international solidarity when communities worldwide commemorate resistance on locally meaningful timelines rather than conforming to Western June Pride standard. Ricky Martin's 20-year Buenos Aires commitment. Jake Shears generating Miami tourism revenue. Shangela's international drag visibility. Paulo Gustavo's ongoing legacy tributes international DJs connecting global circuits. The beautiful truth? Pride transcends single month or location. It's year-round worldwide celebration where communities claim space despite ongoing discrimination. November's Southern Hemisphere spring weather, Thanksgiving circuit timing, and regional independence commemorations create locally meaningful contexts that Western-centric June Pride can't replicate when actual liberation requires respecting diverse cultural contexts rather than forcing global conformity to Anglo-American standards. Which November Pride matters most for global solidarity? These aren't commercial rainbow capitalism events. They're authentic community celebrations where celebrity participation generates visibility and revenue supporting year-round activism that pure nonprofit models struggle sustaining without tourism economics providing reliable infrastructure funding. Subscribe because November proves that Pride is worldwide movement, and that celebrating global liberation requires showing up beyond comfortable Western contexts when communities everywhere deserve international solidarity supporting their fights against discrimination.